Donald Trump had some interesting lines on Bernie Sanders during the debate last night. And what's most interesting here is Hillary's response, or lack thereof.
I don't think anybody knows it was Russia that broke into the DNC. She's saying Russia, 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 but maybe it was. I mean, it could be Russia, but it could also be China. It could also be lots of other people. It also could be somebody sitting on their bed that weighs 400 pounds, okay? You don't know who broke in to DNC, but what did we learn with DNC? We learned that Bernie Sanders was taken advantage of by your people, by Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Look what happened to her. But Bernie Sanders was taken advantage of. That's what we learned. Now, whether that was Russia, whether that was China, whether it was another country, we don't know. Because the truth is, under President Obama, we've lost control of things that we used to have control of.
Well, I think there are a number of issues that we should be addressing. I have put forth a plan to defeat ISIS. It does involve going after them online. I think we need to do much more.
So you heard Trump say that. Trump went on for about another minute or so. And then what you're seeing there is Hillary's response. That's the first thing she said in response to what Trump said. So Trump had brought up the point about, hey, the DNC emails, what did they prove? Kind of tipped the scale against Bernie Sanders, didn't it? And what's Hillary's response? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You want to know why? There is no response. Because it's true. Everybody knows it's true. So for those of you who don't know, I just said everybody knows, but now I'm explaining for those who don't know. So obviously not everybody knows. But anyway, so what's in the emails? Well, one of the things was you have people in the DNC saying, well, Bernie's leading in West Virginia and Kentucky. This was before the election there. So why don't we atheist shame him? Why don't we try to leak that he's an atheist and then play up how religious Hillary is, and then maybe she'll beat him based off that. So let's do that kind of hacky attack. And then also Debbie Wasserman Schultz emailed, the brass at MSNBC and said, Mika Brzezinski's going too hard after me. This must stop. I'm going to talk to Phil Griffin. I'm going to talk to the head of MSNBC, the head of CNN. I'm going to go to all these different places and, I'm going to make sure that you guys are nicer to me. Okay, Debbie, you're in the government and you're trying to control the media and tell the media what to say. Do you not even understand that that's like a police statey thing? That's not okay? That's nowhere near acceptable? But that's what they did. And they hated any coverage that portrayed Debbie Wasserman Schultz or Hillary Clinton as negative and Bernie Sanders as positive or as a victim of their plotting, which he was. They hated all that stuff. So Trump brings it up and Hillary's like, anyway, I have a plan to defeat ISIS. Let me tell you, mister, I will defeat them. That's nice. Any thoughts on Bernie Sanders? No. And by the way, people wonder, I don't understand. Why is it that Hillary Clinton is hemorrhaging millennial supporters? She's down 17 points in just this last month among millennials. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with her rightward shift and the fact that they tipped the scale in the primary against Bernie Sanders and millennials love Bernie Sanders. So they're like, fuck you. There's a lot of people who are pissed. They ain't going to get over it. They ain't going to suck it up and vote for her. And she's got nobody to blame but herself. Talking to Hillary Clinton, talking to Debbie Wasserman Schultz, talking to the entire DNC. You got nobody to blame but yourself because millennials now understand not only is there massive amounts of bullshit and corruption on the right, there's also a plethora of it on the left. And you guys are the living example of it.